Frictionless isn't free. Sometimes more inquiries isn't the goal. It's better ones. I've got a whole bunch of scenarios where some campaigns we are increasing friction when they fill out the form or however it is, whatever their buying process is. In this case, I am decreasing friction. In this case, I'm suggesting, hold on, before we add $50 for the appointment, the free consultation, the consultation that's no longer going to be free, let's assess all of our other options. So generally speaking, when there is no friction and they can one click fill out a form that's even pre-filled, you are going to have more inquiries, but they're not necessarily going to be better or the right inquiries, which might actually backfire because that's quite costly to you to call them, to follow up on them, you or your team, you need to process. So different industries, different things work. So for example, for a local boxing gym, a Facebook ad will intrude on somebody's time. They can click a button, they can fill out a form. When that form is very simple to fill out, the inquiry comes through into the CRM, 1 in 6, 1 in 10 was legitimate. When we increase the friction on that form and we ask them additional questions, have you boxed before? What are your goals? Kids, blah, blah, blah. It reduced the amount of leads and the cost per lead went up, but the quality was far better. It didn't take up the admin time of the team, etc. So then on top of that, we can take them out to a sales landing page, which is what we would do in a national campaign or a campaign where we do want more friction. So not only will we take them out to a landing page, which Meta doesn't like, but we will then ask additional questions then and there. And that really skyrockets the cost per lead, but the intent of that lead and the quality goes up. Today's scenario is in the opposite direction. It is somebody that wants to place a $50 booking fee to book the consultation, but at a time where they want more leads and inquiries, and we're trying to exhaust all other options in the follow-up. So before I dive into that, I'm just going to share what I have, why removing friction from your inquiry funnel can quietly wreck lead quality. So everyone wants more inquiries. That's usually the wrong goal, what the owner asks for. Fewer fields on the form, one-click booking, no card details required. Nothing could scare someone off, right? What they get is hundreds of leads that Meta will call a lead or Google Ad will call a lead, and they will get spam and bot fills, tire kickers with no real intent, no shows that eat staff time, a form full of people who are never going to buy. This is big. I don't know what's wrong with people, but there's wrong things with people. So Meta isn't optimizing for you. Neither is Google, right? The platform's goal is not necessarily your goal, right? It's optimizing for the form getting filled in, not the right person filling it. No matter what buttons you tick, at the end of the day, they want profit for themselves as their priority. Platform's goal, get a form filled in as cheaply and as often as possible. That's the metric it's rewarded on, not whether that lead becomes your customer. This is why conversion tracking is so important and actually feeding them what is a sale, what is a conversion, did they book, did they buy, did they commit, right? Previously, Meta was better with this kind of stuff. Now they just don't care. They don't care what your targeting is. They don't care what you want. They will do what they want. But that's a separate conversation. Your goal, get the right person to fill out that form, someone who actually wants what you sell in your area, ready to move forward. And that's where friction comes into play. Friction is a filter, not a flaw. The more effort a step takes, the fewer people finish it, and the more of those people actually mean it, right? So frictionless ad, one-click form, no landing page. One click goes to a landing page, reads your offer before they click. That's already better. Questionnaire. Upon filling out the form, there are a few friction questions, but also give you more information about that lead. When is their wedding? Where are they getting married? Where is your house? What kind of pest control issues that you have? In some instances, locksmith, for example, it's pretty clear cut what the problem is. Emergency electricians and stuff like that, it's pretty straightforward. There's no power in the house. Now, deposit, I'm not saying we don't do this. We definitely should do this if our admin is being eaten up and there's no other options and we just want to weed people out. When there's a high demand for your product, make it less available, and that's where the deposit payment comes in. Except when geography does the filtering for you. This is for hyper local businesses. I know Meta doesn't care and they will show my ad in Madagascar, even though I just want to target Bondi in Sydney. But I'm still seeing hyper local 1 to 3 kilometer radius ads, contact form, a couple of questions on that form still work. Still a lot of spam, still a lot of dud emails, leads, but can work for hyper-local businesses. Working with small radius can often skip the landing page. So we test it. You just need to test it no matter what. You test it, you A/B test, then you see what converts and works. A Melbourne bridal boutique's no-show problem. The challenge. Strong SEO rankings were driving solid inquiry volume through Calendly bookings, but a share of booked appointments simply weren't showing up, costing the boutique dedicated one-on-one styling time. Their instinct, add a $50 refundable deposit to every booking to weed out. Now, that is actually a really good strategy, and we're probably going to go with it. But I want to exhaust all options before we do that. The context that mattered, business was actively trying to grow inquiry volume, not shrink it. This is the big one. If you have too much finding you and you can't take on that work, that's where this is really good. But what they needed is different. Calendly booking already carried real friction, not commitment. You got to choose your date. You got to answer a few questions. A payment step would land at the exact moment where brides decide whether this boutique feels easy and worth visiting. Adding this will decrease the amount of bookings directly, but increase the intent. Look, there's still the selection process of, do I like these dresses? Right problem, wrong lever, wrong time. Asking a bride for a credit card right when she's excited to book is a bit like putting a bouncer at the door to ask for a cover charge. It keeps the time wasters out and scares away a lot of genuine brides who are just starting their journey. Once again, we're probably going to do this. So this is not a hard, don't do this. This is just, it depends where your business is at. Volume was the goal. Timing was the problem. There were untested options. So my suggestion was we have more questions in the current free form. So more questions before they book. When is your wedding? Which venue? Is it outdoors? Is it in the sand? Whatever, right? Friendly tap on the shoulder. Maybe this is an automated email chain after the booking happens. It might be the FAQ videos that I was just recording a video on, giving them guides, sending them an email with welcoming videos. So they're building a little micro relationship with your brand. You might set up an automation to message them on Instagram, right? Or Facebook. Hey, your appointment's coming up in X amount of days. We're excited to see you. Here are the common questions and answers that brides have for us. The restaurant rule. This is the text that your dentist probably sends you, that your hairdresser probably sends you. Check with them. Reply yes to confirm. Even if you do this manually initially before you set this up, I'm pretty sure Calendly should have something like this. The lesson for any business, work out which problem you actually have before you touch the funnel. Volume problem. We don't have enough inquiries. Remove friction, don't add it. Fix reachability and visibility first. Save quality filters for later in the funnel. A deposit or fee is the wrong move here. Quality problem. We've got plenty of inquiries, just not good ones. Add friction deliberately. Landing pages, questionnaires, confirmation steps. Push friction as early in the funnel as possible. A deposit can work once volume is no longer the priority. Okay? Very important. Before you add friction, ask the one question, am I short on inquiries or short on good ones. Hopefully this helps. Thank you.